Paul, a week on, how's recovery been after that 4-2 win last week?
Yeah, we've had a good training week. The players are in a good place. It's always a good week when you've won as well.
Looking back at that, how are you going to sort of take that forward into this week?
We're just going to try and do the same things. We saw elements of our play that I was over the moon with. Lots of very, very good stuff. And just it's stuff that we've been working on from pre-season, and it's getting there, and slowly you can see, or I can definitely see, little improvements in every game, tiny little things that not everyone will see, but once you dissect it back and look through the videos, some stuff that's, other than our goals and our forward play, also some other stuff that was very pleasing.
Have there been any sort of updates on the injuries at the moment, of course?
Yeah, so Manash Sundia is having his operation on Saturday. He's going to be out for 4 to 6 months. So we're devastated for him. It's going to be a huge loss to us, but that's an unfortunate part of football. Sonny Low-Everton has been back on the grass this week ahead of schedule, which is fantastic news. Dylan Morgan has been back on the grass this week ahead of schedule, which is fantastic news. Callum Dolan trained today and will train again tomorrow. Probably won't be in the squad for Saturday, but he's clinically fit now and he's looking very strong and he's in a good place. Sonny Fish has been on the Ultra G running machine this week, which is another huge positive step forward. Louis Dennis will struggle for Saturday. He's got a grumbling hamstring, which, as we all know, with hamstrings you can't take a chance, but we'll assess him tomorrow and see where he is. I left anyone out? I think that's it. So a lot of it's positive, very positive.
And in that sense, then, that makes your job a lot easier over the next couple of months.
Or harder, picking a team. So look, I'm looking forward to getting them all back. They're top players, every single one of them. And then training, standard of training goes up, the intensity goes up, match day intensity goes up, competition for places goes up, complacency that knowing you're going to play every week comes out, which is a good thing. So fingers crossed they can keep progressing as well. It's been a huge boost this week, especially to see Low-Everton and Dylan Morgan back out on the grass, which is way ahead of schedule, so that's good.
Obviously very positive news for Torquay United, obviously, and for the fans as well. FA Cup this weekend, how much of it is a priority for you this season?
It's a massive priority. I get asked this all the time, and it's I said last week, I've never gone into a game of football as a player or as an assistant manager or manager not wanting to win it, and it's no different, and Totton will be exactly the same as well. They'll want to win it. Whatever team we pick and whatever the injury situation is and whatever squad we go with, it'll be a team that I'm convinced has got every chance of winning the game. We haven't got a great deal of changes to make with the injuries we've got at the minute, so we're looking forward to it. It's I've never been to Tottenham's ground before, but I know that Southampton ladies and their 21s play there, so the pitch will be perfect because Southampton look after it. So we're looking forward to playing on a pitch the equivalent of ours. So we played them the other day and it was a tough game. They're a good team, so it's going to be a tough tie. But listen, FA Cup or any cup competition is all about being in the draw on Monday, and we're no different. And that's what we want to achieve.
Maybe a bit of a buzz. Obviously, last season in the FA Cup went to plan. I'm not going to dwell on that too much, but
It's a year ago.
I know it was a year ago.
Do you know what I mean?
How do you feel that your squad is this time this year compared to this time last year?
Different players.
Yeah.
Different players, mate. It's geez, man, it's a year ago. If we keep always going in the past, we'll never embrace the future. So it's a completely different squad. Club's in a different place, squad's in a different place. So that's what I would say about that.
And of course that helps your decision making as well, because it means that you're not going to have the same worries in the changing room as you did this time last year.
I wasn't worried about
No?
I wasn't worried about the change room before Bishop's Cleeve. Far from it. I thought we had a squad good enough to go and beat Bishop's Cleeve, and the team that I put out was more than capable of beating Bishop's Cleeve, 100%. But yeah, I'm not worried about the squads we've got. I just think we're in a vastly different place we were a year ago. And as a football club, if we weren't in a different place where we were a year ago, well, I wouldn't be sat here, and nothing would be as positive as it is. So it's, listen, it's Bishop's Cleeve's done.
Yeah.
Totton's Saturday.
Yeah, and on Totton then, what obviously played them quite recently, and a team that you know quite well.
They got promoted last year, and I've got to say that I think they've handled National League South really, really well. They've got they're a physical team, and they've got a wealth of experience. They've got a lot of players who have played at a high level, much higher than the level they were in last season, which is why they got promoted. They're well managed. They're a good club, and we're in for a hell of a tough game.
Cheers, Paul.
No problem.
As he's injured, it's rubbing salt in the wound a little bit, but I thought Louis Dennis was absolutely outstanding in the first half on Saturday. Tell us a bit about what he brings into the team.
He brings a maturity. That's the first thing that he brings. He's 32. He's been there and done it. He's a real leader as well in the change room. He's very well respected. He's a good guy, real good human being first, straight off the bat. He also brings something different than we had last year. He's a rangy runner, and he runs behind, and he's got a little bit of maverick in him as well. Louis, he can do things that lots of players can't do on a football pitch, and I think keeping him in a good place, keeping him happy, keeping him fit, I think we'll see the best Louis Dennis. And I think he was the best player on the pitch first 45 minutes on Saturday, and undoubtedly it had not negative. It had an effect on the game second half with Louis coming off, but. He's tweaked his hamstring, and he's probably tweaked his hamstring because he's probably played. Because of our injury situation, LD has probably played more minutes than I would have liked him to. Does that make sense? He's played the 96 minutes at Hemel, 97 minutes at Hampton, Saturday, Tuesday, then he's gone again Saturday. Whereas if we had our fully fit squad, you may have dropped him out of the Hampton game or took him off after an hour at Hemel. So his hamstring's probably been caused from fatigue, really, when we haven't had enough bodies to change it, but hopefully we've got a few bodies back.
You've won the game on Saturday, the 3 points in the bag, another +2, but you did say afterwards you were disappointed with the goals we conceded. Have you done anything during the week to try and reinforce things back there?
We do it every week. We train offensively and defensively, so yes, I was disappointed with the goals, but that didn't take away from how happy I was with our play. First half, going forward, I thought we were exceptional, probably as good as we've been in my tenure, to be honest. And second half, defensively, because the game finished, I thought we were sound, and it's a case of you'll never go and score another 4 goals second half. It doesn't happen. So it was about being professional and seeing it out, which I was really pleased with. We've done a lot of defensive work. The goals we're conceding this year, so no one's carved us open. They've been poor from our point of view. And I said on Saturday, every goal you concede, really, if you sit there and analyse it, is poor from the defensive team. But there's a mistake somewhere. I'm convinced that will change. I mean, we talk about clean sheets. We can't keep conceding 2 goals. That's not going to work. And I'm convinced that will change.
Keane Anderson, is he going to be available to us on Saturday?
He is. Yeah, he is. Part of his loan agreement is that he's available to play. I think he's done really well. So he's available. Josh Phillips isn't available. That's our 2 loans, and Josh Phillips' his loan finishes on Monday, and we won't be extending Josh.
Thanks.
Will you be looking for other loan possibilities then to keep the squad up?
I think it's one of the boring answers that I give. We're always looking, but touch wood, got some bodies coming back. So hopefully we can. That will fill that void in the squad.
When you look at the league, if you take the cup out of the way for a minute,
Yep.
this 2-week break for the league is quite nice. After a really busy start, not to
Yeah.
have a league game for 2 weeks is probably what you want at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm just really thankful that we haven't had a midweek this week.
Yeah.
I'm sure Totton would be the same. That we really don't want to replay. Really don't,
yeah.
because if we had a fully fit squad, no problem. But the way it is at the minute, we really could do without a replay, and so we're doing everything we can not to have that. That's why what you say is quite right. That's why I also think it was important that we beat Slough on Saturday, so you can just carry that little bit of momentum into home to Ebbsfleet, which is going to be a cracking game.
Yeah.
People looking at the fixtures will look at that. It's an exciting fixture. But momentum's a big thing in football, and part of that is to keep trying to win and trying to not lose. So Saturday's exactly the same. We don't want a bad result, and that deflates momentum.
Yeah.
So,
But it gives you time to give players time to get fit again.
exactly. I mean, September isn't heavy with fixtures, is it?
No.
We've only got 2 league games. Hopefully, we've got 2 FA Cup games. So September's a good chance for us to get bodies back, definitely, after what was 8 games in 28 days, which is crazy. So hopefully we get them back here.